Hey, it's Panda, and today I'm doing two cage reviews, one on the Zoozone 2 and one on the Alexander. So, this is my Zoozone 2 for Shisui. It's 100 centimeters by 50. So it's probably one of the biggest cages you can buy for a hamster. It is advertised as a guinea pig cage, but you know, anyone with common sense would never use it for a guinea pig. As you can see, the Zoozone 2 actually doesn't come with any accessories. It's pretty much just a blank slate, and you fill it with whatever toys your hamster has. Right now, I've just got a pickles cottage, a few seesaws, some toilet rolls, and a big wheel. But that's because Shisui doesn't come out. So, obviously, the pros of this cage is that it's extremely large, which is also one of its cons, really, because not a lot of people have that much room to give their hamsters in their rooms. One of the other cons I found is, actually I'll show you this. This is pretty much an 11-inch wheel, which is the biggest wheel you tend to use. I need to use it for Shisui as he's a bigger hamster, and it barely fits. Basically, he's got quite deep substrate, but I have to have it quite shallow for him to even fit his wheel in. So that's one of the other things I'd say is a problem. So yeah, also, let me show you, this is what Toby did to it. People say to get plastic cages for bar chewers, but persistent chewers will still chew, and they will find a way of getting holes in the cage and escaping eventually, but I moved her out. Another problem is, this is the rack. Now it doesn't actually look like it, but a Syrian hamster can climb through, so it needs meshing. Mine's not mesh because, as you can see, there's nothing in Shisui's cage that he can get to the top of his cage with to climb out. But Toby climbed out a few times, and then I had to mesh it, and now I've unmeshed it. So, my other cage that I'm reviewing is the Alexander. Same size as the Zoozone 2, but wire, and comes with a shelf, a ledge. It also comes with a ladder and 3 houses, but I don't use those. I'll actually show you two of the houses it comes with soon. Izzy, stop. Come here. So basically, again, 100 centimeters. So if you've got enough room for one, then it's all well and good. However, my other problem that I also have with the Zoozone 2, but not as much, is that I alone can't get it down the stairs to clean it. I have to take my cages downstairs to put bedding in their cages, and I actually can't get them downstairs by myself. But the good thing is, bars, as long as you don't have a bar chewer, bar cages are wonderful because Izu has found a really nice game of climbing up them. An 11-inch wheel actually does fit, because Claudio used to have one before he outran himself. And it actually fits quite snugly, but you do have to put it in between here. So that can cause a bit of trouble, because then you just move the ledge across, put it there, and then put some sort of ladder down here so that you can fit the wheel in. But that's not really a big problem. The other problem I had was getting the shelves in is quite tricky. It took quite an effort. Also, with every bar cage, you can spend. This cage is quite expensive. It's about £90. And the problem, other than being expensive, the other problem is obviously you can spend 90 quid on a hamster cage, and if your hamster is a bar chewer, you've got to get a new cage, because bar chewing can also be bad for their health. Luckily, the 2 hamsters I've got in Alexander's aren't bar chewers. But yes, this cage is lovely for toys. I actually put all of Izu's treats and toys down on the base, and then some of his stuff is up here, including his wheel, because he only has a little wheel. So yes, that is the Alexander and the Zoozone 2. Now I can put Izzy back in his cage. He'll stop escaping. Oh, one more thing. The Alexander has great access. It has 2 side doors and 1 large door. Whereas I find it difficult because obviously Shisui is up on my drawers. I find it difficult sometimes to actually get him out of his cage because of the tank. I also find, this is probably just a personal note, but I also find that my hamsters tend to want to interact with me more when they can smell me and hear me through the bars. But that might just be a personal note. So thank you, listen in tomorrow, and that's Panda. Bye!